It's 3 in the morning. You're wide awake. Your brain has decided this is the perfect time to replay an argument from 2019, remember an embarrassing thing you said in year 9, and calculate exactly how many hours of sleep you have left if you fall asleep right now. You don't. You call this insomnia. You blame your phone, your job, your life choices. But the real answer is far weirder than any of that. For most of human history, waking up at 3 a.m. wasn't a disaster. It was basically scheduled. Here's the assumption you've been sold. Sleep is supposed to be 8 hours, one giant unbroken block, lights off until morning like your body is a phone on charge. Anything less and you've failed. Except that idea is embarrassingly recent. And the second you look into where it actually came from, the whole thing falls apart like a cheap flat-pack shelf. For nearly all of human history, before electric light existed, people didn't sleep in one block. They slept in two. On purpose. Sort of. Historian A. Roger Kirch went digging through centuries of old diaries, court records, and medical texts, and kept finding the same odd phrase over and over: first sleep and second sleep. Casually mentioned, like everyone already knew what it meant. Because they did. People would sleep for a few hours after dark, wake up naturally in the middle of the night, hang around for an hour or two doing quiet human things, praying, chatting, tending the fire, having sex, and then drift back down for round 2 until morning. Nobody panicked about it. Nobody Googled "why can't I sleep?" It was just Tuesday night. So that 3 a.m. wake up you dread, the one that sends you into a spiral about being terrible at sleeping, that might not be your body malfunctioning. That might be your body doing exactly what it's always done, just with nowhere polite to put the middle part anymore. So what changed? Light did. Cheap, endless, artificial light. Once the sun stopped being the only thing standing between you and total darkness, night stopped being an obstacle and started being bonus hours. And humans, being humans, immediately filled those bonus hours with work, gossip, and eventually TikTok, squashing a relaxed 2-part sleep rhythm into one forced overnight shift your body never signed up for. A researcher basically proved this by accident. Psychiatrist Thomas Ware put people in near total darkness for 14 hours a day, no clocks, no clues about the time, roughly recreating a long pre-industrial winter night. After a few weeks, their sleep split itself in half. Nobody told them to do this. Their bodies just quietly reverted to the old pattern the instant modern light got taken away, like muscle memory nobody remembered having. Which means the exact thing you've been taught to panic about is the exact thing your body reaches for the second you remove the thing that broke it. There's also this small detail people get wrong: sleep was never your brain switched off. Neuroscientist Matthew Walker has spent years proving the sleeping brain is shockingly busy, not lazily idling but actively sorting memories, cleaning out cellular junk, processing emotions, even quietly rehearsing whatever you practiced that day. Deep sleep locks in what you learned. Dream sleep processes what you felt. Your brain isn't clocking off for the night. It's working a completely different shift, one you're just not invited to watch. Which honestly makes all that guilt about sleeping in and wasting the morning a bit ridiculous. According to that research, sleep might be one of the most productive things your brain does all day. It's just productive in a way that looks, from the outside, exactly like doing nothing. Now picture that ancient middle-of-the-night gap again, the quiet hour between first sleep and second sleep. What did people actually do with it? Mostly nothing dramatic. A bit of quiet thinking. Some low-key chat. The historical version of doom scrolling, except calmer and with zero blue light. It functioned like a built-in pause button between two chunks of rest. Now compare that to what you actually do at 3 am today. Phone. Bright light straight into your eyeballs. 6 notifications demanding 6 different reactions. Heart rate climbing slightly because now you're panicking about being awake, which is a genuinely brilliant way to guarantee you stay awake. Then you lie back down wired instead of settled and wonder why sleep suddenly feels impossible. The problem was never that you woke up. The problem is what you immediately do about it. There's a modern echo of this too. Anthropologists studying communities that still live largely without electric light have found sleep patterns that don't match the rigid 8-hour block either, sometimes segmented, sometimes not, shifting with the season and the darkness. The pattern isn't identical everywhere. But the one thing that clearly isn't universal is the modern assumption that sleep has to be one unbroken block or it doesn't count. So maybe the guilt can go. The one about waking at night. The one about needing a perfect 8 hours or the whole day is ruined. Your body isn't failing some ancient biological test. It's often just reacting, quite sensibly, to a world absolutely drowning in artificial light and things designed to grab your attention the second your eyes open. None of this means you should ignore normal sleep advice. Light exposure, screen habits, stress, all of it genuinely matters. But underneath all of that sits a much older, slightly funnier truth. Your body isn't broken when it wakes up at 3 am. It's remembering something. A rhythm older than light bulbs, older than clocks, older than the idea that sleep has to look one very specific way or it doesn't count as real rest. So next time you wake in the middle of the night, notice what you reach for: the phone, the bright light, the spiral about lost sleep. Try, just once, doing what your ancestors did instead. Stay in the dark. Let your mind wander instead of panic. Trust that the second half of the night is coming, the way it always has, the way it was built to. It's 3 in the morning. You're wide awake. And somewhere between the argument from 2019 and that thing you said in year 9, your body is quietly running a sleep pattern older than civilization itself. Turns out you were never bad at sleeping. You were just doing it the old-fashioned way, with nobody around to tell you that was allowed.